Seal the deal. It's that time of year again. Mercury retrograde is coming. We are in the pre-shadow period officially. Mercury will be going retrograde November 9th through the 29th. So between now and then, this is the time to finalize those contracts. If you've been in the middle of negotiating, this is the ideal time to clean that up. If you have any big purchases like a new computer, a new phone, new appliances, new televisions, I highly recommend doing it now before Mercury goes retrograde, because basically buying a big purchase is the equivalent of signing another contract. And normally, when you do it during a Mercury retrograde, a key piece of information is either missing on your end or the other party's end, or you'll end up having to replace it 6 months from now, 9 months from now. Um, Sometimes, even if you were born under a Mercury retrograde, you can still have good things happen for you. That's one of the things that a lot of people don't know about Mercury retrogrades. If you've had your birth chart done and you can find out from an astrologer that you were born under a Mercury retrograde, sometimes good things happen to you. Like I moved into a really great place during a particular Mercury retrograde, but then 9 months later, I ended up having to move home because my mom ended up in a nursing home. So that's the kind of thing that can happen during a Mercury retrograde. Like, even if it's a positive thing for you as someone who was born under a Mercury retrograde, you still might end up redoing something or ending the contract sooner than you expected. So, as a rule for everyone, I always recommend, if at all possible, to avoid signing any major contracts during the Mercury retrograde period, postponing it till after Mercury goes direct, if at all possible. But sometimes you can't. Like at that time, I needed to move. I needed to have a place to live. And this roommate situation, it was a thing that popped up at the last minute. And it turned out to be a really good living situation for the 9 months that I was there. So it turned out to be a good thing for me that I had that place to stay, even though I ended up not fulfilling the entire 12 months that I intended to stay. So sometimes that happens. Sometimes you just can't postpone it to the end of the Mercury retrograde. But if you can get it done before Mercury actually goes retrograde, I highly recommend doing that. Just seal the deal. Or as they like to say in the South, get her done. This is also a great time to be doing your digital cleanup, um, emptying out those overloaded email boxes. I definitely need to do that myself. During this pre-shadow period, it's also a great time to be uh, doing your backups of your electronic systems, backing up your phone, cleaning up what's in your cloud, deleting the files you no longer use so that you have space for the things that you do want to keep. You can reset your passwords on all of your computers, your devices. That's a great thing to do during this pre-shadow period before Mercury actually goes direct, because then you're setting yourself up to not, well, you have less of a possibility of maybe being hacked, that sort of thing. That sort of thing does happen more often, typically during a Mercury retrograde. And also, just because we have Uranus and Gemini, a lot of astrologers are already expecting a lot of electronic disruptions during this upcoming Mercury retrograde as well. Uranus can rule power, electricity. It wouldn't be surprising if we have another outage like the Amazon Web Services, something similar. This also is the time of year where people are going to be traveling. If you're in the US, I know it's the Thanksgiving holiday at the end of November. So you may want to double, triple check your travel arrangements. That's actually a good thing to be doing right now, too, during the pre-shadow period. If you've already made those travel arrangements, double, triple check them, make sure they're set up the way you want them to be. This could be a good time to finalize those travel arrangements. If you have not done that, I would recommend doing it before November 9th. If you are going to be traveling during the Mercury retrograde, whether it's for Thanksgiving or something else, this is the week to seal the deal, lock down the details, get her done. And so that's basically what I wanted to come with you today. I will be doing a couple more videos about this upcoming Mercury retrograde on different angles, but in particular, I wanted to deal with the contracts, the paperwork, the big purchases, because this is usually what people do hear about, to recommend not doing those things during the Mercury retrograde. But often people are like, well, when do I do those things? And so if you can do it during the pre-shadow period, excellent time to do that. because you're going to have access to the details. And even if you're already experiencing the slowdown around electronics or travel, and even if you experience those things during the Mercury retrograde, think of it as a divine delay. I do believe these delays always happen for our highest good. That source, the universe, is slowing us down because either A, there's something else better for us that needs to come through, or we just don't have enough information to move forward with what the thing that we're currently committed to. So if you're experiencing those slowdowns now, if you're having some tech glitches with your electronics, your computers, even if something starts to act a little funny right now, and if it actually breaks down during Mercury retrograde, know that that is because it needs to be replaced and there is something better for you, this or better, higher or better. So at the end of the day, it's all working out in your favor. All of these things are happening to support us, to serve us, to help us move to the next level energetically in terms of our frequency, our expansion into our fullness, our authenticity, living our best life. So just keep that in mind. Know that you're always being supported. So just want to come in with that. And like I said, seal the deal, get her done. Wishing you much love. Also want to remind you about my Skool membership, Skool, same name as the YouTube, Moon Life Illuminated. I also now offer one-to-one sessions. There'll be a link below for that. If you join my email list as well, you can then email me and I can tell you about my email astrology readings. I'm going to be doing that as well. That'll just be $47. So either a general birth chart reading, or you can just ask me a question about your chart and I can respond to you by email. And eventually I'll have a link for that as well. But right now I don't have that officially set up, but I'll get that done definitely before Mercury goes retrograde. So wishing you much love. Please do like the videos if you're getting value out of them. Please subscribe to my channel if this is helping you. And I really do hope you can join me in my Skool community. That's just $9 a month or $50 for the whole year. And so you can also connect with other like-minded people in my community. Wishing you much love, peace, and joy. Easily yours, Darice.